Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're embarking on an incredible journey back to the very beginning of everything. We're diving into the first 2 chapters of Genesis to explore one of the most foundational and awe-inspiring stories ever told, the story of creation. Have you ever looked up at the stars on a clear night or watched a sunset paint the sky with impossible colors and just wondered, how did all of this come to be? Well, that's the question we're tackling today. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's go back to a time before time, when there was nothing but darkness and a divine plan about to unfold. In the beginning, there was no sun, no moon, no earth, no you, no me. The Bible describes it as a formless void, with darkness covering the face of the deep. It's hard to even imagine, isn't it? But into this silent, empty darkness, a voice speaks. The very first words recorded in Scripture are, "Let there be light." And just like that, with a simple command, light burst into existence. This wasn't the light of the sun or stars. They hadn't been created yet. This was a pure foundational light, separating the day from the night. God saw that the light was good. This first act sets the stage for everything else. It shows a universe brought into being not by accident, but with intention, with purpose, and with a declaration that it is good. This is day 1. On day 2, God continues to bring order to the chaos. He speaks again, commanding a great expanse to form, separating the waters. Picture it, a vast dome, a sky, arching above, creating a space between the waters above and the waters below. This is the atmosphere, the very air we breathe. It's a breathtaking act of separation and organization. Before, it was all a watery chaos. But now there's structure. There's an up and a down. It's like an artist preparing a canvas, carefully setting the background before adding the details. Each step is deliberate, building upon the last, turning the formless into something with definition and potential. This is the formation of our sky, a celestial ceiling over the world in progress. Now we arrive at day 3, and this is where things really start to take a familiar shape. God commands the waters below the sky to gather into one place, and for dry ground to appear. And it happens. Suddenly, land emerges from the sea. God calls the dry ground earth, and the gathered waters he calls seas. And again, he looks at his work and sees that it is good. But day 3 isn't over yet. On this newly formed earth, God commands life to spring forth. Vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit, each according to its kind. Instantly, the barren land is covered in green. Grass, flowers, towering trees. The planet bursts into life, filled with the potential to reproduce and flourish. The world is no longer just rock and water. It's becoming a vibrant, living place. Day 4 is all about lighting up the magnificent stage that has been set. God says, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night." And he creates 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night, the moon. He also makes the stars. These celestial bodies weren't just for light. They were to be for signs, for seasons, for days, and for years. They are the grand cosmic clock, ordering time itself. Imagine witnessing that for the first time. A brilliant sun rising, casting shadows and warmth, and then a silvery moon taking its place, accompanied by a glittering tapestry of countless stars. The universe is now not only ordered in space, but also in time. As we move into day 5, the world truly comes alive with movement and sound. With the land and sky prepared, God speaks life into the waters and the air. He says, "Let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens." And the seas are suddenly teeming with life, great sea creatures and every kind of fish imaginable. At the same time, the skies are filled with the fluttering of wings and the songs of every kind of bird. For the first time, there is animal life. God blesses them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." The world is now a dynamic, bustling ecosystem, filled with creatures swimming and flying, all part of this unfolding masterpiece. Day 6 arrives, and it's a monumental day. The land, which was filled with plants on day 3, is now ready to host its own inhabitants. God commands the earth to bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creeping things, and beasts of the earth. From the mightiest lion to the smallest insect, the land is now filled with a dazzling array of animals. But the pinnacle of creation is yet to come. With everything perfectly in place, God says something different. He says, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." This is a profound moment. Unlike the animals, humanity is to be created in the very image of God. So God creates man from the dust of the ground and breathes into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man becomes a living soul. He names him Adam. God plants a beautiful garden in a place called Eden and puts the man there to work it and keep it. In this garden are all kinds of beautiful trees and delicious fruits, including the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gives Adam a single command. He may eat from any tree, but not from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for on the day he eats of it, he will surely die. This introduces the concepts of relationship, responsibility, and choice into the perfect world. But God sees that it is not good for the man to be alone, so he brings all the animals to Adam to see what he would call them. And whatever Adam called each living creature, that was its name. This shows the authority and intelligence given to humanity. Yet among all these wonderful creatures, there was no suitable helper found for Adam. So God causes a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and while he is sleeping, he takes one of his ribs and closes up the flesh. From that rib God fashions a woman. When Adam wakes and sees her, he exclaims, "This at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman." This is the creation of Eve, the first partnership, the beginning of human family. And so the 6 days of creation are complete. The universe, once a formless void, is now a perfectly crafted, vibrant cosmos, filled with light, land, seas, stars, plants, animals, and at its heart, humanity, created in God's image to live in relationship with Him. The text says that God looked at everything He had made, and behold, it was very good. Not just good, but very good. The work is finished. And so, on the 7th day, God rested from all His work. He blessed the 7th day and made it holy, not because He was tired, but to set a pattern of work and rest for all of creation to follow. A rhythm of celebration and peace. What an incredible story. It's a narrative filled with wonder, purpose, and beauty. Whether you see it as literal history or profound poetry, it tells us that our world and our own lives are not accidents. They are the result of a deliberate, loving, and powerful act of creation. It sets the stage for the entire human story that follows. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Genesis. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next exploration. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care.